Live from CNBC's Asia headquarters, this is Squawk Box.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a brand new Squawk Box. I'm Mandy Drury.
And I'm Martin Soong. As you can see, we've got a new set, of course, and we've also got a lot of new segments, along with interviews with corporate decision makers and also a bunch of special reports. All that coming up next. But first, though, let's get to your headlines on this Monday, March the 26th. The dollar taking a brief dip and oil prices rising after the UN Security Council votes to impose more sanctions on Iran over its refusal to stop enriching uranium.
Australian Prime Minister John Howard tells CNBC that it is up to the markets to decide on whether the sale of Qantas goes through. That is after Qantas shareholder balance to equity said it would not sell.
And shares of Sanyo Electric Credit are likely to surge in Tokyo trade today. That's after General Electric, parent of this network, makes a bid at a 62% premium to Sanyo Credit's Friday closing price. Good morning to you, folks. We've got a jam-packed, power-packed show for you today, in addition, of course, to Australia's Prime Minister John Howard, whom Jeff talked to just a couple of minutes ago. We'll hear from him again, second thoughts on things like the big story of the day, Qantas, that takeover, also the strength of the Australian dollar. In addition, we've got Ho Kwon Ping, better known as KP Ho to his friends, synonymous with the Banyan Tree brand of resorts and spas. He's going to talk to us about growth for the company. He wants to go global, among other things, but also business conditions around this part of the world.
Well, talking about growth in the region, we're also going to have a chat with the Singapore Exchange. Now, that is in the middle of pursuing alliances in India, so we're going to find out more about the strategy when we have a chat with CEO Siefu Hua. He's going to be dropping by our news studios. In the meantime, Iran a factor again in the financial markets. The country said it would partially suspend cooperation with the UN nuclear watchdog agency after the UN Security Council voted to impose further sanctions against the country for refusing to stop enriching uranium. The sanctions would ban Iranian arms exports and freeze the assets of 28 additional individuals and organizations involved in Iran's nuclear and missile programs. The detention of 15 British sailors who had entered Iranian waters is also adding to concern that Tehran might block oil shipments through the Persian Gulf in retaliation against sanctions. Well, let's take a look at NYMEX crude oil. It rose above $62 a barrel on the back of that. We're holding above there at $62.65.
All right, let's take a look at currencies now. The dollar weakening again, falling below 118 yen. The greenback fell briefly on Friday, also on the back of Iran, but later recovered after stronger than expected U.S. existing home sales data. They rose 3.9% for the month of February. Economists had been looking for a fall of 2%. We'll get more housing data tonight with new home sales also for the month of February. Now, General Electric, parent of this network, starts a tender offer today for all the shares of Sanyo Electric Credit. GE is offering 32.50 yen a share. That's a 62% premium to Sanyo Electric Credit's Friday closing price. Sanyo Electric Credit is a mid-sized lender and is being sold by financially troubled parent Sanyo Electric as part of restructuring efforts. GE wants to boost its corporate financing operations in Japan and intends to ultimately take Sanyo Credit private.
Well, this is where Japan will kick off the trading week. Let's take a look at the Nikkei and the topics. Now, the Nikkei sitting at 17,480. On Friday, we saw a mild gain of 0.4%. The topics will kick off this trading week at 1741. It also had a gain of just over 0.5% on Friday. Now, trading activity could be muted, though, this week because it is the end of corporate Japan's business year. That rounds up on March the 31st. It will also be a big day for data on Friday. That is when we'll get retail sales, nationwide CPI, and the jobless rate, all for the month of February, plus throw in Tokyo CPI for the month of March. Now, also on tap, household spending and industrial output.
All right, Japanese market kicks off in about 55 minutes' time. So does the market in Korea. The Oz market also joins the trading day because of clock changes what happened over the weekend. Here's how they're setting off this Monday. The Kospi in Seoul at 1447. The S&P ASX 200 at 59.52 there. And in terms of stories to watch, Kohl is reporting about half an hour ago that interim profits came in at 501 million Australian dollars, in line with the retailer's own projections. But some brokerages, though, were expecting a lower result. Kohl says full-year net profits will be in line with its February guidance which was for just over $1 billion Australian dollars.